Hey guys, Jesse here, and welcome to part 2 of my Perfect Grade RX78-2 work in progress slash review. And today we're going to be taking a look at the arms. Here's the right arm, and here's the left arm. I will be displaying the left arm like this, or I'm sorry, the right arm like this, because I decided that the mechanical detail inside these larger pieces are so nice that I'd like to show it off somehow, and obviously I've detailed it up, and I don't want that to go to waste. So I'll probably be doing this for the right arm and the left leg and maybe like parts of the torso and stuff. But yeah, so these are the arms here. We'll take a look at the unarmored one first just to show off some detail. As you can see, I went in here with a lot of metallics, bronze, silver, red. That's kind of main. Those were the main colors used for the detailing parts. I repainted these large. I'm not really sure what to call these, but they come off a tree similar to a real grade, where it's multiple parts in one. So you can kind of see pistons here. That's all part of one piece that you take off the tree. Another one is this piece here with these pistons and stuff. Yeah, so as you can see, I did weathering on it, obviously the same as the head that I did before. And just for a size comparison, like here's the head compared to the arm, as you can see. Won't really know how well proportioned this thing is until I complete it, but so far it seems like the head's going to be a little bit bigger than what most RX78-2s are right now. Any case, yeah, it's really nice. The inner detail is really great. There's a lot of cylinders and pistons and stuff like that. And the cool thing about Perfect Grades, and this was no exception, it kind of set the trend, is that it has these chrome pistons that are like that on the tree. It comes Meki plated silver or chrome, and this will move, pistons will move and stuff when you bend the arm. It's a really cool effect. It's something you get on a smaller scale sometimes with master grades, but to get it on a larger scale like this, it's really cool to see. And I also wanted to display this without armor just to show some of the moving parts. Not on the front here, but definitely on the back. And you can actually see that with it fully armored, which I'll show in a sec. This part you can pull forward and lift up. It comes out a little bit. Oops. There goes the whole armor piece. Okay. You can pull it out a bit and open it up. Inside there, there's some more detail, some thrusters. Yeah. So let me show you the fully armored. Actually, let me talk about the fingers real quick, or the hand. So the hand, you cut off each individual fingers. The nubs on these are pretty dang bad. One for each finger on this side, and then 3 on this side. Same for the thumb. So it requires quite a bit of cleanup, and it's on a very small piece, but this is all one piece. Individually articulated. Very, very nice. Scaled very well, I think. I think this is one of the best proportioned hands I've seen on any kit. Thumb is also 100% articulated. So that's really good. I'll talk more about articulation on the armored part. So yeah, here's the armored part, or fully armored arm. If I bend the back part here, you can still see stuff moving. So even if you have this thing fully armored, you're still going to get that level of detail. This still has this little part that opens up. And yeah, so onto articulation. You get 180 with this arm, but I think mine's kind of caught up here somewhere. Maybe I didn't push something all the way in, because if I go any further, it kind of pops out this piston. But I have done on actually, let me see if I can do it on this arm, because it does. There we go. It does go 180. So very awesome articulation for the elbow. Again, I think I assembled something kind of strange in this part because it won't bend. But anyways, it has a bicep swivel. The wrist here is on a ball joint. And then I already talked about the fingers. The cool thing about the wrist, and I'm kind of switching between both, is this lower part has like pistons and stuff, so you can actually get sort of a not really sure how to explain this movement, but it's a little more realistic. So those pistons will move up and down. They're really, really tight, and mine are even tighter because I painted them. But even before, those pistons had problems moving. So you're not going to get too much play with it, but they are there. So maybe if you want to sand them down and stuff, you might be able to get better movement. But you can kind of see a gap between here and this armor piece. That armor piece just slips on. So the nice thing about this armor in general is it's really easy to take off. None of these are particularly secure, so even if I wanted to display this thing without any armor on either arm, or sometimes I may feel like putting, because I did weather the armor for the right arm as well, if I just feel like putting a fully armored Gundam on display, it's very easy, so that's really nice. So moving on to the shoulder here, I'm not really sure how. Okay, so how can I explain this? There's no articulation here in the shoulder as far as I can tell. There's a piece, so this piece right here has a ball joint at the end, and it's sandwiched between these two pieces, and then this thing is a ball joint. So as far as I can tell, it kind of works with these pistons at the top, right? But there's nothing that allows the arm to swing outward like this. There's nothing in this assembly because this is all locked down by this clamped piece and these two pieces here, and then this one sticks out here. So unless there's a part in the torso that sort of allows the entire shoulder to sort of pivot like that, this arm isn't moving outward, which is fine for me. I'm not really going to pose it anyway like that, but it could be a problem. And I don't think the shoulder armor is going to get out of the way because as far as I can tell, the shoulder armor just pegs onto this tab here, sits over it, and then you can kind of open up the shoulder armor to look at this detail. Aside from that, yeah, it doesn't sound like this arm's going to swing out, which is kind of weird. I'm not really sure how you're supposed to get any sort of diagonal poses with this thing. Maybe I'm missing something. Like I said, maybe the torso has some sort of mechanism in it that allows the entire arm to swing out. Because this isn't going to move unless it moves with this entire, like, see, I don't want to push it too much because it's just a peg in there. It would probably snap. Granted, it's pretty thick, but unless it moves with this entire assembly, yeah, I don't see it moving. Actually, it can't because this has this part going out here, and if it moved, yeah, I don't think that's happening. It's pretty tight in there. Someone will probably correct me. Who knows who's built this before? But these screws are in there. I'm pretty sure maybe you can loosen them up and try. But again, it doesn't matter to me. I'm not going to be posing it anywhere like that. I'm pretty much going to be posing it just standing there with weapons in hand, sort of just sitting there in the hangar. But yeah, so those are the arms. Again, really impressive. I really like the detail in the inner arm or inner frame and the detail from the chrome pistons and stuff you get to see when the arm is moving. I think that's really neat. And if you take the time to detail these things up, even if you don't do weathering, you just do some detail painting, it really looks nice. Okay, so that's my look and part 2 of this work in progress for the Perfect Grade RX-78-2. And thanks for watching. See you next time.